There is a request. Okay, so let's start in constructive. Oh, is there more than one? Let's start in constructive rest, which is going to be, thanks, Sandy. New internet, so let's just see how it goes today. But so far, so good. Yesterday was a long day of figuring that out. Okay, so come onto your back, constructive rest. That's feet wide, knees together. And as with everything, if I give you something that's not going to work for you, you're just going to do your own thing. And in this position, you might bring your hands to the front of your hips if that's comfortable, just so that you can feel your hips. Yesterday I did almost exclusively flexion, which is all the things that are like folding forward. So today we're not going to do that, but I just want you to know where we're coming from. When you have your hands on the front of your hips, arch your back like you're going into cow pose, and your lower back from your kind of the back of your rib cage to your tailbone will be in a back bend. Okay, so that's called anterior pelvic tilt. Now do the other way, tuck your butt under, bring your back closer to the mat. That's called posterior pelvic tilt. That's more of a flexion. So when you tilt your hips forward and your back goes away from the mat, that's extension. And when you tuck your butt under and bring your spine closer to the mat, that's flexion. Go away from the mat, extension, go towards the mat, flexion. Do that slowly 3 more times, making sure that it feels okay in your body to do it. Good. One more time. We're going to do flexion. We're going to keep the butt tucking under slightly. Then you'll interlace your hands and stretch your palms to the sky, reach your arms overhead. Take a couple of breaths here, stretching your arms, stretching your hands, stretching your wrists. Good. Then bring the back of your hands behind your head. Curl your elbows towards your face, tuck your chin, and curl up. So now your whole spine is in flexion. Hold the pose for 3, for 2, for 1. Come all the way back down. Relax your elbows out. Untuck your spine. And Jackie, I'm doing some of this partially for you to see if one position feels better than the other. So whenever there's low back stuff, some people do better with more extension. Some people do better with more flexion. And it's all an experiment. Exhale now, keeping your spine in extension. Keep your elbows wide. Come up off of your shoulder blades. Keep your elbows wide. Look up towards your eyebrows so your chin is moving away from your chest. So this is not total extension of your spine, total back bend, but it's some back bend. Hold the pose. This might feel even harder than the first one to maintain, and come back down. Okay, rest your elbows. So some of you are going to press your back down, tuck your hips under, and bring your elbows towards your face, curl up and hold the pose. Some of you are going to do, I think it's a little harder to do elbows wide, chin away from chest, come up and hold the pose. Then both are going to work your abs, either one. First one's probably a little easier, second one's harder to maintain, and we're just holding for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, come all the way back down. Separate your feet now. Separate your feet. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, knees to chest. Arms come down. This one you know. We almost always do some version of this. Inhale, arms reach, toes tap. Exhale, knees to chest. Now the question is, what feels better in your body? Does it feel better to not worry about gluing your lower back down? So there's going to be a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Good, Shelley? Or does it feel better for you to tuck your butt under and keep your lower back glued down? Now, what feels better to you? There's a new study that just came out about this kind of work. And by the way, if you're doing core work, you're doing core work. Whether you do it right or not right, you're still building core strength. That was what the study came out with. So you get to decide what feels good, and you'll do that for 4 more rounds. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Flex your feet lightly. Move your knees away from your chest, so now they're right over your hip sockets. So feel your hip flexors. Feel your hips, then your knees are there. So you don't want your knees coming towards your chest. You're in a lying down tabletop. Okay, lying down tabletop. Just bring your hands down for now. Tuck your butt under, untuck. Tuck your butt under. Try not to move your legs though. So when you tuck your butt under, Frank, don't let your knees move. Yeah? Tuck your butt under, untuck. Tuck your butt under, untuck. One more time. Tuck your butt under, untuck. Do the one that feels better to you. Tucked or untucked. You decide. Great. Hands down, easier. Arms overhead, harder. Hold the pose. Hold the pose. Now for an experiment, if you want to make it more challenging, hold the pose, reach your right leg forward. Bring your right knee back in, hold the pose, or bring your left leg forward. Everything comes back in, lower your feet down, lower your arms down. Inhale, arms overhead, hips lift a little or a lot. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Inhale, arms overhead, hips lift a little or a lot. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Now, the question is, do you want to scoop your butt under and lift your hips? And lower your hips? Or do you want to not scoop your butt under? So traditionally, in bridge pose, we are not tucking the butt under. Now in physical therapy, you usually learn to tuck the butt under. That's called bracing. Again, it's not a right or a wrong answer. It's kind of like what feels good in your body and what feels good in your body today. I kind of like the butt tucking under. I like the way it feels on my back, but it also makes my knees a little uncomfortable. So sometimes there's a trade-off. Sometimes, all the time, there's a trade-off. Okay, we're going to do one more with movement. We're going to land in bridge pose with the arms overhead. And if you need to make it a little softer on your neck and shoulders, make your arms more like a goalpost cactus. That'll just make it a little freer on the neck. We're holding this variation of bridge pose. If you want to challenge the legs even more, you'll lift your heels up and squeeze your ankles in. If you want to challenge the pose even more yourself, reach your right leg forward in line with your left knee, and we hold for 8. Good, Paula. Right foot down, pause. Left leg if you're doing the one-legged variation. Skip if you need to skip. Good. Good, Sandy. That's it, Sid. Good. Nice, Penny. Good choices, everybody. Nice, Frank. Come all the way down. Lower everything down. Draw your right knee to your chest. Circle out your right ankle. Go the other way. Good. Now bring your right knee forward so it's in line with your right hip. Kind of like a half of that reverse tabletop we did. Press your left hip down so your left leg is not moving. Open your right leg with the leg bent. Don't move your left hip. Bring it back to center. Open your right leg. Keep the configuration of your knee bent back to center, like you're opening one side of a book. Open. Don't let your left hip move. So this becomes core work with some hip mobility training. Don't let your left hip move. That's it. 4, 3, 2. Now take that same idea and circle your leg. Don't let your left hip really move. Circle your right bent knee. So it's hip, it's abs. It's stabilizing abs. And it's 4, and it's 3, 2. Keep your left hip glued. I know it's a little challenging. And then you reverse the circle. Reverse the circle. Good. 4 more. 4, 3. Good. 2. Good, Jackie. 1. Take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Keep your arms relaxed out by your side. One more time, lift your hips up. Bridge pose with eye of the needle hold. Come all the way back down. Draw your left leg in, eye of the needle stretch. Right ankle, left leg in, shoulders relax. Hi, Diane. Deep breaths here. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Okay, release that. Let's just go right to second side. So you're going to anchor your right hip. You're going to lift your left knee up, basically knee in line with the front of your left hip. So it's not close to your body. That's what makes it more challenging for the abs. And then you're just opening that leg to the left and you're closing it back up to start position. Inhale to open, exhale to close. And you may or may not notice that this side is easier or more challenging. Like I'm noticing, wow, it's a little harder for me to stabilize on this side than it was on the first side. Now, some of that is also when you go to side 2, your body's already worked, and so it's sometimes harder just because your body's tired from the first round. 2, try not to go too quickly on these because it's really about the control than the motion. And then we're taking that same idea and we're circling the leg, but we're not straightening it out. We're just keeping this sort of shape and circling it. And right hip is stabilized. So it's not how low can I get, how wide can I get. It's how stable can I be while I'm introducing hip mobility. Really good, everybody. Really good. And the other way. Three more. I'm shaky on this. 2 and 1. Great. Come back, cross your left ankle above your right knee, and hug it in. Eye of the needle. We'll go back. I'll pick it up, Barbette. Don't worry. Eye of the needle. Keep the shape. Drop your right foot down. Eye of the needle bridge pose. Good. Lower everything down. Uncross your leg. Draw your right knee back into your chest. Reach your right leg to the sky. Slowly flex and point your right foot. Flex and point your right foot. Just a simple half Supta Padangusthasana. Great. Hold your foot flexed, spread your toes, root your left hip down. So it's the other side that's going to want to get light on you. Root your left hip down. So this is for the hamstring. If you want a nice, soft, relaxing practice today, I'd hang out here. If you want a little more movement, a little bit more core work, lift up your head. And does it feel better? It's a little more challenging to move your chin away from your chest. So I'm going to say that's the more challenging option. Reach your arms forward, and then movement of your right leg. Point your leg down, flex your foot up. Point the leg down, flex the leg up. Point and flex. Point. It's a single yoga walk, essentially, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, come back to the hamstring stretch. That's where we're all going to meet. If you want this to be deeper work, reach your left leg long. Flex your left foot lightly. Hold the pose. Great. Now, a little bit different. Everybody reach your left leg long, bend your right knee, and then tuck your right foot behind your left knee. Twist to the left. Twist to the left. Deep breaths here. I didn't, on purpose, I didn't say keep your right shoulder blade glued down. Just let the shoulder be where it wants to be. Make your right arm feel long. Deep breaths. As you're twisting in this direction, mobilize your right rib cage by breathing really specifically and deeply all throughout the right side. Really see if you can find some movement in your rib cage through your breath. One more breath. Come back through center. Start with both of your knees bent. We're going to build, build, build. Okay? So another thing is when you're having an issue, bring your left knee in, reach your leg to the sky, and slowly flex and point your left foot. When you're having like a thing, a pain that doesn't feel scary, but it's uncomfortable, it's making you move more slowly, you're feeling all of that kind of stuff. I always say movement is better than no movement. It's just you want to go mindfully, you want to build the poses, you want to don't go beyond your edge. But I find usually if it's like a muscly thing, some movement actually makes it feel better, even if it's only kind of better temporarily and then it kind of comes back. Flex your foot, hold. Just walk, taking a walk around the block for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be yoga, obviously. Okay, so option A, is here, holding Supta Padangusthasana. Option B, you're lifting up, reaching your arms, and we're taking movement. Point the leg straight down, flex up. Point down, flex up. So a little more core work. Keep your right side stable. And we have 4 more. It's 4. It's 3. It's 2. And 1. We come back. We meet in Supta Padangusthasana A. If you want a little deeper hamstring stretch here now, reach your right leg long with a flexed foot. We're going to hold for a few more breaths, and then we're taking into that long twist. Great. Bend your left knee, tuck your toes behind your right knee, and twist to the right. So it's a variation of Jatara Parivartanasana, revolved belly pose. Most of us will not have our shoulder blade on the mat. In fact, in this particular variation, it's it's a nice way to get a little deeper into opening the outer pectoral muscles, the armpit muscles, which can be part of what pulls us forward in that hunchy position. Now, as you're here, once you get comfortable, see if you can mobilize the rib cage by breathing more deeply and creating some movement in the side and back of the ribs with your own breath. About 4 more breaths. On this side,